Sri Lanka.
Hello. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Good Night Sri Lanka. It's another Thursday, and we're coming to you once again live from our fabulous studio in the heart of Colombo, which we can't really reveal as to where.
Top secret.
Top secret.
Yeah.
But hope you guys had a fantastic week. Sri Lanka had a great week.
Oh.
What a great
Best
week.
weekend ever.
Yeah, for sure. And the longest weekend, basically, it started, I think, about a few days ago. Ended, I think, only on
yesterday, I think.
Only on Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. People just got back to properly working on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
This is from that long weekend.
And we're still talking about it, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
People have still not got back to work.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yesterday I went to my cyber pettika day.
All right.
Sotis නැද්ද මහත්තයා?
Sotis night.
Sotis මේ වැඩ කරන කට්ටිය තම චන්දර ගිහිල්ලා අවිල්ලා නැහැ.
Oh, I can imagine.
Welcome to Sri Lanka.
now we know the general
It was
elections
just
also.
Yesterday.
All right, okay. Now general elections are also basically on.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about that also. But great week for Sri Lanka.
Very good week.
We are in a brand new era. So we need to say congratulations to our 9th executive president.
Yes.
Wow.
AKD. President AKD.
Yeah.
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 So
How's the applause?
clap. President AKD. Yeah, and so I mean, yeah, it was again. They wanted it or intended it to be a close race, but it really wasn't, was it?
What close?
It was can you say it's a landslide?
It was a Hussein Bolt.
No, it's not. Who's a Hussein Bolt?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Wouldn't have been a landslide.
Not a landslide.
No.
Not a landslide.
But it significant difference. Sir.
Significant difference. You've got to give it to him and his supporters and of course the organizers from 3%. From 3% back in 2019, right, to basically
all the way to this,
all the way to where he is right now, right?
If you analyze the voting system, now the one good thing that the voter, that's you and I, have really focused on, Shaq, is no matter who influenced you, right? Whether it's the cost of living, whether it's a religious leader, whether it's an event that took place, right? Whether it's fight for justice, whether it's something like that, the mandate was very clear.
Yeah.
It was absolutely based on eradicating corruption.
That's right. Yeah.
That was the main, when you analyze the results from all over, for example, of even a place like Negombo, right? The message is very clear that we want you to stop corruption. That was the main focus.
Right.
Main focus. There were so many things that came into play, while the campaign was going on. We will do this, we will find out this, we will bring this to justice, we will bring that. So no matter what, who said by what, right? The fact remains the mandate is very clear. We want a corrupt-free country.
Right.
Right? With that, yes, all things probably will, fix into place. But now things that have been happening, like the vehicles coming to the Shangri-La area.
Yeah, presidential secretary. I pass by every day. I said, I'd like that one. I'd like that one. I'd like that one.
Did you see that?
That happened last time also, 5 years ago also.
Did it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
You didn't like
happened.
one by one?
No.
That happened.
No.
So those are not things that are important. Now, he has been given a mandate.
No, but to be fair, I don't think that he requested them to come and park it there.
Well, who knows?
But that was one of the things he wanted to do as well.
I think the secretaries obviously whatever the government vehicles were requested to be returned.
Yeah.
That seemed to be like the best place to come and park.
The most space.
Yeah, exactly. So
park.
and they basically have parked it there, and then there was close to about 200 to 250 vehicles there.
That much, huh?
There were so many things that were promised in the campaign.
Yeah.
Now people are actually waiting until these promises are fulfilled. No matter how much difficult it's going to be, it's going to be substantially difficult.
Of course it is.
Right? It's going to be, crossing over so many borders and breaking so many rules to adhere to the promises that he gave.
Yep.
People are now waiting.
And the thing is this, right? we're not out of the woods either as far as the economy is concerned.
No.
Right? We're still struggling.
No, that's
right?
right.
Our debts have only been sort of prolonged, right? Put back for a few years to be paid back. But there is a colossal amount of money that needs to be paid back also. But you see, the thing is, this is what I was actually having a conversation with a friend just 2 days ago, right? I mean, obviously he was from abroad. He's like, so how are things going on in Sri Lanka? I said, listen, we've got a new president, right? And obviously we're looking at how we can obviously improve. And honestly, deep down, irrespective of who you voted for, right, you want him to succeed.
Yeah, because
because the thing is this: if
Exactly.
you want him to fail, you fail.
Yeah, that's
right. I mean, we fail as a country, right?
So all of us need to pull our socks up and support him.
Exactly. And the thing is, over the last several years, maybe 30, 35 years, right, we have been so resilient. I mean, we've been thrown mud at us.
Yeah.
We've gone through a shitstorm. You know, at the end of the day, we went through a civil war for many
30
years,
plus years.
right?
Easy.
Then we went through uprisings, right? We went through so many different
Queues
things,
and
queues,
queues.
economic issues, COVID, whatever it is. But
Here we are.
we still stand up, right? We still get up. We still keep pushing ourselves, right? Now, the last couple of years have been really difficult for everybody, right?
Yeah.
So I believe, right, all they want, the normal common person, common man out there, all he or she wants is to come back home with a smile on their face, right? All they require is the smile, and a resilient bunch will work 200 times more than that. They just want that. And I strongly believe, right, we really can get back up there, right? Because we've got the people to do it, right? We have the attitude to do it, right? But when you get punched in the stomach every time you get your pay slip at the end of the month, and you feel that, you know, a chunk has been taken out of your pay slip, but you don't even know where it's going, that feeling, right? That feeling is like, you know what I'm saying, you know? So if you can basically, if we can get that sorted out.
And at the end of the day, Shaq, I'll quote a beautiful phrasing by Mother Teresa, a quote by her. She says in one of her letters to the Pope, she says, what we do is like a drop in the ocean, right? But if we don't do it, the sea is less of one drop.
Yeah.
Right? Meaning to say is that if you want to be the change, if you want to see change, you be the change.
Starts with you.
Start with you.
Yeah.
Person to person. From me to you.
Yeah.
Don't wait till others do it.
Exactly.
That's the change we need. We can't expect a new cabinet to come, a new set of ministers to come and expect change in this country overnight if we don't change.
That is so true.
Yeah,
that is so true. And you know what the most ironic thing of this election that I found so funny though, right? I'm sorry, we need to go out on a limb and say it, and I think it's not a secret anymore, right? It is heartening to see the most corrupt sector in this country, right, is the government sector, and overwhelmingly the government sector actually voted for the current president. So that says a lot, right?
But for what is worth, one word that I've heard right throughout, no matter what, where and who I speak to, is change.
Yeah.
People they voted for change. Simple as that. And I've not heard that properly elaborated through any other election. But this is like, no,
you know, but
we need it. It's a breath of fresh
Christian
air.
said is so true, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you can send people to the parliament.
Yeah.
You can, I mean, we send people to the parliament. You can send the president to the presidential secretariat, right? And you can't expect them to change if you don't change.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? So, I mean, it starts with us. Everybody's requesting for a system change. We are the system.
Change it.
Change it. We're the system. Right?
Lethargic attitudes have to change.
Yep.
We have to start thinking like the Chinese and the Japanese. Arigato, hai goisaimasu.
Yeah, I got that one too.
How that one?
Oh, that one.
Yes, here.
How the Japanese?
I'm gonna
How
put
Japanese
myself
classes
near the
going,
mic
huh?
and go.
Yeah,
Here.
yeah, yeah.
Japanese. How the Japanese
How
classes
the
going?
Japanese class?
Yeah, good. It's all good. It's all
How
good.
the people in the Japanese class?
Oh,
No.
I actually stopped the class.
Oh no!
You learned that one phrase
Oh,
and stopped, right?
No. I actually, my purpose is to learn the language, how to talk.
Right.
Yeah,
Right?
but you went for 2
And
classes.
how to talk and how to understand and to reply.
Okay.
Right?
What
But
happened there?
the first few classes were okay. I mean, greet someone, how polite you have to be in greeting, and all these words and phrases. But later on, it's all about writing and writing.
So, Ada, how else would you learn the language?
man?
Why do I want to learn writing? I only want to read. I only want to talk.
You don't want to read it.
No.
But then how are you? No, you can't. You have. If you're
Mother
learning a
language
Ah,
language.
but that is so tough.
Yeah, I believe you.
It is so tough because it's all pieces of up and down and little curves and up and
Little
down,
swirls, no?
crisscross and things like that.
I'm sure they must be saying the same thing about a Sinhala alphabet.
Yes, all these little curves and ispili bapili.
Very tough.
No, curves is in the Sinhala language. It's the base. For example, kayan, k,
Right.
Okay.
right? If you want k, you add something. If you want ka, you add something more.
Yeah,
If you want ki, you add something more to one letter.
That's true.
Right?
Okay.
That's
So
true.
in Japanese, ka is one letter, ki is 2 more letters, kri is 5 more letters.
I think after car he stopped.
No way. No way. You tend to believe how lucky your language is because it's just adding. You change the entire sound of the letter by adding a spilla, pa, pilla, or a kombu. Am I right or wrong?
I know you're right. You're right.
It's such a beautiful
Absolutely.
language. This Sinhala language is amazing.
Anyway,
I'm telling you.
back on live on a Thursday. This is, of course, Good Night Sri Lanka. And just to switch around as far as what we usually do, we start off with our first segment, Lanka Last Week, and then we move into our interviews that we actually have on a weekly basis. This time, of course, we're bringing the interview forward and then followed by Lanka Last Week. And we're going to basically cross over. We got 2 gentlemen standing by at the moment. I
And
don't
we are
think
still
they-
standing by.
Well, we're standing. I don't think they're standing. We are one.
We are. And two.
One, two,
Dracula.
three.
Count Dracula.
So yeah, who do we have on the show right now? Okay, so we've got Suraj, who is actually online with us right now. Suraj Mapa and. Right. Okay. Thanks, team. Thank you, team. Well done, team. Super. Well done.
Where's the other one?
Let's get the name right. Okay, so we got
Great.
Kushan standing by right now.
Right.
So let's just cross over and say hello to Kushan. Hi, Kushan. How are you? Welcome to Good Night Sri Lanka.
Hello guys, how are you?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. We're still waiting for Suraj to obviously join in, but whilst we wait for him, we can find out more.
Oh, he's in. He's in.
He's,
We got the thumbs up.
we got thumbs up. He's
Yeah.
here. He's here. Yeah. Okay. Yes. We got Suraj is also here. All right. So, hi Suraj. Welcome to the show.
Seems like Suraj has just finished his dinner.
Possibly.
We don't know where Suraj.
We can only see Kushan.
Suraj got missing.
No, we can't see anyone.
Now we see no one.
There we are. Well done.
10 points.
All right, gentlemen, welcome to the show. Let's quickly dive into Q&A that we actually have for you. Suraj, tell us a bit more about the new dance academy. Now, you're no stranger to the dancing world. You obviously been around for a very, very long time. Very, very popular also, as a matter of fact. But give us more details about the academy that you just basically started just a couple of months ago.
No, we are going to start it on the 1st of October. So we need to do in this academy we have five dancing styles actually. Canadian dancing, Latin American, hip hop and Bollywood dancing. So we have different age groups actually from age 5 to 12 and 12 to 25, and we have social dancing as well. Like if you're if you're done your basics in any style, even Candy, whatever, Bharata, you don't have to start from the beginning. So if you are done the basics, you can come and just dance for like 1 hour class like that. So this is the first time we are going to something like that in Sri Lanka. I think so. It's a different kind of dancing styles, and we are going to do this like a sport. Actually, I want to improve this as a sport, like dancing sport. So we'll see how it goes. This is we are going starting from the 1st of October.
What is the capacity like, Suraj? Where you are going to have it? What is the location? What are the facilities that these kids are going to get? How many can you facilitate there? If you give us more details about that.
For one class, we can we can put 50 students in one class, and this is in Papilliana, actually, Papilliana Junction. It's a gym, actually, huge gym called Revolution, and we have the dancing studio inside that. So we have the mirrors, and we have a good floor there, and now we have built the whole studio as a standard, international standard. So with AC and stuff. So for the kids, it's a new experience, and even for all the dancers who comes there, and the teachers are very professional. And Kushan is doing Latin American. He's the teacher there, Latin American teacher. So in Papilliana Junction, so whoever lives around that, they can come, or anyone can join and start.
Kushan, one question for you. Social dancing in Sri Lanka, from the time I can remember, has been mainly focused for adults.
It's a long time now since you can remember. We're talking about the 20s, right? 1920s in the
I haven't come across any academy or school that does social dancing for kids.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Kushan. I haven't come across. Now, even the most reputed ones which are still in the market, they focus mainly on adults. Right? As a pastime when you go for a wedding or something, just the basic things like that. What is your focus on getting this sport, especially when it comes to social dancing, popularizing it among the youth, among the children and the youth? What is the plan, Kushan, at this new academy?
So just to give you a little bit about the history that you asked about, the little ones dancing. Social dancing, it has always been a popular thing amongst, like you said, correctly said, with the grown-ups and the elderly. But of recent past, say, I would say about 3-4 years, from 3-4 years ago now, it has picked up because the leading dancing academies, schools, as you said, have got that sort of the market. They have opened that market now, and a lot of interest is shown. So which is good. And the thing is, in Sri Lanka, why we are so anything in terms of if you're doing something new, dancing is kind of like a thing that you do for fun, because you cannot build a profession behind it, because it could be various factors, mainly the finances and so on and so forth. So but now, since of late, we have seen a lot of interest especially for Latin American ballroom, and then hip hop, because of that social aspect, social media aspect. A lot of teenagers want to do TikToks and wants to compete. So there's interest now, and it has been addressed, and it has been catered to by a lot of schools. I think the first kind of teachers who got into teaching students were Antonio's dance school, and now Kevin's, then Dance City, who is done by a good friend of mine, Bharat, and Casey. So all of them have opened up. But the difference in terms of us at Suraj's school is it is going to be as a academy. So there's going to be levels. You cannot just come to a advanced level class. We will evaluate at the end of this course, whether they will be fitting to the basic category dancing, or they can be pushed to a higher category. So this, I think, what Suraj is doing is a very good thing, where you are basically assessed like it's like a school. It's a school where you come, you have your exams, you do your practices, you do your dancing. It's not just, we have a social aspect as well. That's a different side of it, social dancing. And then this for kids, for adults, and there are the age categories from 9 to 12, 12 to 15, and onwards. So just to track back and answer your question, there's now, yes, like you said, those days there wasn't, but now there's a lot of interest. And from our side, what we're trying to do is get those interested parties and give them the solid foundation, so that once they do learn the basics of dancing, which they can progress and then go towards the, because currently it's sad to say, a lot of schools are opening up without proper experience, so the little ones or the dancers are exposed to not so good basic foundations. That's the reason why a lot of injuries happen and so on. So we are trying to build interest.
Yeah, plus Kushan.
And
allow me
Yes.
to ask one more question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Deriving from this.
Can I add small thing into this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because now for kids, actually, now social, even when it comes to Latin America, we teach life, actually, in dancing. So from the young age, they need to respect the partners, and a guy they start learning to respect a girl and to handle them, not to injure or not to push them, and to respect them. So this is all in dancing, especially Latin American and even other dances as well. So kids, they when they start learning dancing, they begin to respect each other, especially they respect to ladies, and they handle them on the floor, in a nice way. And it's dancing is always the respecting, and especially it's good for their lives as well. So we teach that as well, the discipline on the floor, and discipline to respect. So that's very, very important in dancing. So everybody the dancers, I think all the Sri Lankan kids, they have to learn any kind of dancing, because it's always, you can learn the discipline. Discipline is number one in dancing. So that's very, very important for kids.
Suraj, my question for you is very similar to what you actually mentioned right now. Throughout the past, the television channels in this country has promoted so many reality shows when it comes to dancing, and actually have done their justice by promoting lots of very talented young dancers into the society. But the focus on what real dancing is, I suppose, have got lost somewhere down the line.
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
Right?
I was actually coming to that question also.
Yeah.
Because, either one of you can actually answer this question. Now, you did say there was a lot of interest in dancing now, right? And I think the question here is there interest in dancing because they want to land themselves on social media, or was there a passion in dancing, like I believe the both of you obviously had when you were growing up, and when we all were growing up, we didn't have social media. We had that genuine love for something that we want to do, and that passion. Now, from how you started dancing to the kids today starting dancing, do you see a huge disparity, Kushan, and if either one of you can actually answer that?
Shaq, the thing is, when we started dancing, truth be told, when we also started dancing, it was different reasons. But once you get to a certain level, once you pass that social barriers, so to speak. What happens is, from what we do is, you need to just give me 1 sec. Excuse me. Suraj, will you just take on? Just give me 1 sec. Suraj, just take on.
Yeah, okay. For the reality programs, what you asked, it's like this. Final, normally for the final round or the finale, they mainly focus on in uh, it's not about it's they only depend on the judgment through the SMS. So this is, it has come to a certain end because a lot of people, they spend a lot of money and they do this SMS thing, and uh, they they take the championship or whatever. It's all come to, it's about money actually. So this is what we don't like. It's not only SMS. Now, when you go through all the reality programs in the West, like even American Got Talent, so it's most of the judgments coming 50% SMS and 50% the judges, the votes or judges, the points. So in Sri Lanka, I think, I don't know. It's because of the money. A lot of reality programs, they do only SMSs. So they try to select the final through only SMS. This is not going to survive every day, because you can't just select a champion through the only the SMS. So this is,
So
it's really bad to all in this dancing uh, the feel at the moment. So this
industry, yeah.
is which
So
we really
into
yeah, industry.
yeah, I'm so sorry. I had to quickly. I had this thing to do. Anyway, so just as I was saying, when we started dancing, even though once we learned how important of a factor that, I mean, learning our basics and so on is, and then we proceeded to being, learning the correct way, correct things, the basic, the foundation, and so on and so forth. But now, like you said, the social media has taken a massive, massive prominence, because a lot of people now, what I've seen is that they want to learn dancing for the occasional TikTok and then the popularity that brings in for that. And the kids nowadays, the social validation is very important for them. So whatever way that they do, whatever thing that they want to do, it somehow connects to the social platforms. What we are trying to do is, yes, we sometimes we cannot change trends, or we cannot you know change the whole industry how it goes. But what can do is give them a platform where they learn the correct things, because now, like Suraj said, the reality shows, yes, it had a massive, but I think about 10 years ago to now, I think the interest has remained the same, more or less, but the quality, sad to say, has reduced, because uh, for a dance, one thing is, it's a massive discussion. I'm just trying to make this very to understand in a nutshell. Uh, Here in Sri Lanka, you cannot make dancing as a profession, because you cannot live with just dancing. Yes, that I mean, there are people who does that, but that's the traditional side of things, because there's a lot of interest for traditional, and then you can. But doing a Latin American based dancing or a hip hop beats, the income is so small. A person cannot uh, basically live off it. So converting from a amateur level to a professional side of things is very difficult. But however, saying that, the good thing about it is that people who are doing it is the people who really love doing it. So they do it. Now, to answer the second part of your question is, how do the trends and the dances nowadays fit in with the entire argument? Sadly, it's for the wrong reason. But when they come, what in as teachers, what we need to do, or what we are trying to do, is build that interest and show them uh, how fun it is, or put them into a position where they can compete. There are dance competitions now couple of years back, we didn't have any competitions into the Latvian ballroom. Now it's coming in like that almost now. For this year, we have had almost 3 competitions, which is, I think you've had Darshan a couple of weeks ago, which he mentioned. So now there's a lot of interest, and the majority of the dancers that competition were young kids, and there were a distribution of the advanced levels as well. But mostly, I would say 70% were kids, which was really nice to see. And what we are planning to do is, or what we're trying to do, is to build on that interest, give them the foundation, the proper foundation that they need, in order that they can figure out what they really want. Because you cannot forcefully do this, as you know. You cannot ask or make them dance if they don't want to. So build interest, and I think Suraj has created this platform for every sort of dance, not just all these schools have, for example, if it's school A, they will do Latin American ballroom. School B will do a traditional. School C will do Kathak and the South Indian dance styles. But what he has done is he has taken all the teachers from the country into one place and given them a platform where what all dancers or all kids might not fit into every dancer, but there may be few who are lucky to have that in them to do everything. But mostly they can have everything in one place. So that's the most important thing in my view when it comes to Suraj's academy. I hope I answered the question.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, now my turn. My turn.
Yes, of course.
Yes, Andy. Yes, Andy.
You have been
So
right.
I have one question for Suraj, right? So okay, so we always spoken about the young kids, right? What about the older generation? I'm not talking like my age. I'm talking about I have the senior community out there who love to dance, who reminisce their youth and they love to dance.
Especially the burgers.
Especially the burgers. So how is the market out there? Obviously, how is your academy gonna provide that kind of scale for them?
Yeah, that's why I told you, because now we have one class. We have one class which even if you're done basics, you don't have to come and learn, do from the beginning. So if you have done the basic, you can just come and dance. So some are there now. See, a lot of people who works in their professions. They are in different kind of professions, but they all wants to come and dance, which they have done when they were young. They done their dancing. Even now, see, traditional Kenyan dancers. A lot of Kenyan dancers are there, which they can't dance now. They can't go to a class. They don't have time, or they can't just go and start from the beginning because they have done their basics and everything. So these people really wants to come to one place and they want to just dance. So we have every dancing style, we have that special classes for them, which they can just come and dance for 1 hour. Now, when you go to even a lot of countries, they have studios. Just a Pineapple Studio, whatever the studios in even in UK, they have 1 hour class which you can just go and they dance, and they doesn't have to continue the same class every day. So even once a month they can just go and dance, that's it. Or once in 2 months, or like they can just walk in and then dance. So we have something like that too for all the who have done their basics and who are professional dancers, which they don't have time for their practices now. So just they can just walk in and dance. The main
Yeah,
thing
and for the
is in Sri
elderly,
Lanka.
yeah, the elderly
Yeah, Kushan.
community, like to add on to that, so there are people who I think we handful of people who still complete at the age of 60, 63. The last competition we saw, and there are the people who really want to dance, but as a platform to come in, we have that social dancing category. That is what we are focusing on for all ages. So social dancing is where there are no. It's a fun filled place. So social dancing is the platform for all ages. And however, we do not restrict if a person of age, I mean, at say 60 plus years old, if they want to do compete, of course they have to do the their basics and then go forward. And if we do evaluate and if they are good for it, we do put. And for like to answer that question, it was very important with the elderly community has time as well. So we are focused on them, and the platform will be available for them as well to come and enjoy dancing, just to have fun.
Suraj, my final question to you. I don't know, I'm
Yes.
sure you must be aware that any school in this country, may it be a Sinhala school, may it be a Tamil school, I'm sure you would agree that their standard of dancing when it comes to Kandian and when it comes to Bharatanatyam, whether if it's a Bharata dance, when it comes to a Tamil school, they are of unbelievable, exuberantly high standard, right? But unfortunately, these kids never get a chance to excel in this profession after they leave school, right? Now, if you see the Kandi Perahera, if you see the Kalani Perahera, you see the young kids who does amazing dancing, Kandian dancing, right? Right now, these are the ambassadors of this country. Now, if you take Channa was one person who brought this to the next level, who went international with talent like this. Suraj, what is your plan? There are so many talented kids, especially in these two arenas when it comes to Kandian dancing and Bharatanatyam, right? So, what is your plan? What is your academy proposing to do to take these kids and bring them to the next level? There are so many avenues, product launches, cocktails, there are international functions that happen in this country, right? And you see the same party over and over and over again. There's no talent, there's no opportunity for new talent to come in. What is your plan? What is your academy planning to do with regards to this?
Yeah, now see, there are a lot of championships around in the world. Just imagine 10 Canadian dancers representing Sri Lanka to go to American Got Talent. Just imagine that. So what we want to do is we want to take this to another level. We want to take all the Canadian dancing or Bharatanatyam to we are planning to send a team. We are going to build a team, and we are going to send them all over the country, all over the world for all these championships. We like to join. We like to take participate for all these kind of championships. So that's what we are planning to do. Because now thing is, we need to know two different. We have to choose two different things. Some in Sri Lanka want to be popular. Some like to learn in a quality way. So we need to teach everybody, especially parents, to select one of these two. Either you need to do dancing as a sport or to be popular. So this is two different things you need to understand, you need to choose. So if you do this as a sport, then you have a future which you can go to another country, or you can go to another level, or another even higher studies to another country, and continue their dancing and come back here, Sri Lanka, and to teach us the new techniques, because techniques are changing every day. It's very fast. So we need to learn the new techniques. So we need to bring all the techniques all over the world here, and we need to teach here the techniques, even especially in tradition, especially in Latin American and hip hop. Now hip hop is coming up very fast, especially in Kathak. Bharata is contemporary Bharata, and contemporary Kathak is very fast developing in the world, and especially hip hop. Sri Lanka, a lot of Sri Lankan, the new generation likes to learn hip hop. So hip hop is coming up very fast in Sri Lanka. So, and all these young students are very interested in hip hop. So we want to push them to
Yeah,
all these championships in the world.
Yeah, our plan is to give them that
Yep, sir.
avenue. Yeah, our plan is to give them that avenue where they can choose for themselves whether they want to, compete at a very high level, or whether they want to do it in a social circuit. So that decision is best for them. Like you said, correctly said, there are a lot of talent. We've just seen. I mean, even the competitions and all these things happening in Colombo. It's just that the Colombo crowd and also a couple of them from the suburbs who come and participate. But if you take the entire country, like in Kandy, Gaul, even the countryside, there are a lot of kids who have a massive talent. And what we are trying to do, and this is, I think, Suraj and all of us, the team, what we've agreed on is that this is the starting point at Papiliana, but he wants to have these, branches everywhere in the country. And that's the plan that we have. Hopefully, we will succeed. But currently, we are starting off in Colombo and trying to build that interest and build a team and just see how things go, and then from there give that platform for us, for everybody to come and do what they love and maybe excelling, like Suraj said. Imagine a team we could send to the international arena and perform a Candian act, where now Indians have, I think, little by little, Indian dancers are now
Yeah,
getting up
they are
there
very,
with their
yeah.
acrobatic dances. Yeah, so we've seen a massive shift in quality and in terms of dancing in India when they had that. I can't remember the team who made, and the first time when they went and did those acrobatic things. Now a lot of dance groups do that. So what we want to create is that create the demand.
All right.
That bad was that Indian group was called We Advance or something like that. Ade, our Canadian dance can do better karnan than those fellows, man. What is this? What do you think?
Anyway, Suraj,
That's what we were
Kushan,
talking about actually.
thank you so much, guys, for coming by and, of course, joining us on the show today. We want to wish you all the very best for the academy, and hopefully we'll obviously start nurturing that talent that we have in Sri Lanka. And it's nice to see that you've actually brought all different types of dancing under one roof. So it makes it easier for individuals not going around looking for specialist teachers in different types of dancing. They can actually come to one area and they can decide on which type of dancing that they want to go ahead. So thank you very much for being a part of the show, and we want to wish you all the very best for the academy, and hopefully in a couple of months we'll basically touch base and see how we are doing with the academy.
Thank you,
Yes,
guys.
and thank you
Thanks a
very
lot.
much for giving us this opportunity to have this chat. And we really enjoy what you guys are doing and giving the opportunity to people like us who these topics that we speak are not spoken in the general media. So giving a platform to even speak like this and building interest is appreciated. Thank you very much for having us. We really enjoyed it.
That's what we
Thank
do.
you,
We
thank
talk about stuff that nobody wants to talk about. We pull out all the stuff that nobody wants to talk
Dancing
about.
is always fun. Dancing is always fun.
Why won't you
dancing
guys
is
also
always
join us
fun.
in the?
Yeah. You can concentrate a lot of things in, when you're dancing, you have to concentrate the music, the body, the lines, and, the everything. A lot of things you need to consider. It's not like just singing a song. So it's different, lot of things. So, and everybody likes to dance. And when you're dancing, you enjoy it a lot. So dancing is always something people really, really like, and everybody. So it's nice that we had this time to talk about dancing, and please, you're welcome anytime to the academy, and please join with us.
Thank you.
If you have a class,
Check.
if you have a class for 2 left feet, I'm there.
වැඩිදින සුරාජ් කියපු දෙයක්වත් ඇන්ඩි
Challenge
ගාව
accepted.
mind, body, concentration,
Focus.
focus.
Yeah,
කිසි දෙයක් මෙයා ගාව නැහැ. So Andy is completely out of
I
your
have
school.
limited skills.
ඇන්ඩිට වෙනම ක්ලාස් එකක් තියෙනවා.
ඉස්සෙල්ලා ඇන්ඩිට mind, body ඒව ටික උගන්වන්න ඕනේ.
And I go.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Then
Have
you
a good
can
night,
improve.
and we shall
Thank
see you
you.
soon. All right. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Thank you again, guys. Thank you.
No problem. There you go. Kushan, of course, on the show with us, and
Suraj.
Yes, of course, we had a wonderful chat about the new academy that they're basically coming up. It's opening in October.
Yeah.
Which is
First of
great.
October.
So,
First
and
week.
it's like an international school, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you're bringing all the top dancing teachers under one roof and opening out to not only kids but anybody out there who obviously wants to, better their dancing game, so to say. Right.
It's for you.
For me, yeah.
For
it's-
sure.
No,
it's-
actually
it's-
speaking, I was closely watching this Indian team. They were called the V Unbeatables, right? They do so much of acrobats, jumping and falling on people and like building,
I
stairways
see.
and
I saw
stuff,
that.
right?
Falling
But I'm
on
honestly
people.
No,
telling-
and they're flying in between.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Right? And I'm honestly telling you, our Candian dancers, if any one of our Candian dancers are trained for the Olympics to go and do gymnastics, right? I'm sure they will win. I mean, have you seen gymnastics, right? They duwagana gila panla balti gala yanu, I say our guys, our Candian dancers are tara pare balti danne. Right? I'm sure our guys will win the Olympics.
Yeah, it's true.
Right?
Stop laughing. Stop it laughing.
Stop. Shush, nede. Oh.
Very bad, huh?
Okay.
Go next
All
one.
right.
Finally being serious?
Next
Time
one.
for us to move on. Enough dancing.
Enough.
You're dancing the merry devil here. Right? Enough now. Enough dancing the merry devil. We've got to get back into our segment. Lanka last week, and lots happened last week. Let's get into that right now. Okay, we need to run through Lanka last
like-
week, last week, as ASAP.
ASAP,
Okay,
ASAP.
what do we have? The first one, yes, of course, the big story, the biggest story of the week,
Yeah.
of the month, of the year, I must say. Anura Kumara Dissanayake appointed as the new president of Sri Lanka. He is the 9th executive president, and is of course been given a mandate by Sri Lanka. And honestly, lots of people also were talking about how democracy, the oldest democracy in the world, right, and how smooth it really was.
Yeah.
The outgoing president had obviously, transferring powers was done seamlessly.
Yeah.
The incoming president, of course, without any pomp and pageantry
Yeah.
Yeah.
that we are used to. Everything just basically moved on, and it was
Minimum
fabulous.
firecrackers.
Minimum fire.
Actually,
I
yes.
didn't hear any.
I didn't hear any.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and not many people obviously give away kiribati.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
yeah,
nothing,
yeah.
none of those.
Yeah.
He told no flowers by request.
No,
Really?
Yeah.
no flowers by request.
No flowers by
don't like
request.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
But
Nikan-
right,
nikan fantastic
so of course, a new president, new era in Sri Lanka, and we'll talk about the general elections also, which is going to be coming up in the next couple of months. We got stuff to talk about. Let's move on to the next one. Harini Amarasuriya appointed as the new Prime Minister of Sri Lanka.
Wow.
This is a huge deal for us.
It is. It
right?
truly is. After
And
24 years.
Yes,
is what
after
I'm-
24 years, the female Prime Minister in Sri Lanka.
Ladies again bari unane prime minister kenek.
I am going to reserve my comments on that point.
Bis allapu wate bishops එකෙන්
I am going to all reserve my comments.
කොළඹ කාන්තා විද්‍යාලයෙන් ප්‍රයිම් මිනිස්ටර් කෙනෙක් නෑනේ.
St. Joseph's එකේ මොකක්ද ආවේ?
අපේ
කතා කරන්න.
අපේ රණසිංහ ප්‍රේමදාස මැතිතුමා
Majituma?
proud product of St. Joseph's.
Really?
නැතුව ඉතින්
You want me to Google that one?
Google and see.
Import?
I will Google that. I swear to you.
I ask any of our listeners.
All right. Let's move on. Next one on the show. Observers find voter awareness of preferential vote lacking. This is a pretty big thing, right? I think because it's usually in the general election that you obviously go ahead and do your preference votes.
Yeah.
Right, in that party you go 1, 2, 3 or whatever, right? Or but not many people obviously realize the fact that they can do it for presidential.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. I did not know that we can do it for presidential votes. I didn't know you had 3 choices.
But until that last little advert of ours came out, that's how I knew it.
I think the message was very clear. Everyone said that nobody is going to get more than 50%.
Yeah.
Right. So that was, but nobody educated the public what steps that are going to be taken if that is the case, which was the case.
See, it's like this, right? I mean, I suppose the crowd that really wanted X to be president
just wanted that.
They just want extra
Yeah,
visits.
yeah, yeah.
Right?
And it was just
That's
one,
right.
one.
That's it.
That's
We
right.
don't
One
want
selection.
to.
Yeah.
We don't
We
want
can't
to
be
show
doing this 1,
loyalty
2, 3
here and
here and
there.
yeah.
The
You know?
Manape was a very crucial game.
It was.
It was right. It could have, if it was used properly,
Yeah.
right. It could have, shaken boundaries,
It could have.
right. It would have been a very devastating effect also. But the gap was too wide.
That's
Shaq.
true.
It was 1.3 million leading.
Yeah, that's a
right?
huge.
That
so,
was-
so
that was
it
a
was
Usain Bolt.
it was
Like
just
I said.
it was just the matter of doing it
Yeah.
for the sake of doing it.
Yeah. And like I said, at the end of the day, if you were going to vote if you voted for the incumbent president, right? You voted for the incumbent president. You couldn't care less about the others,
Yeah,
right? So
that's
you
true.
use your vote. I have one vote. This is my vote, right? But I mean, there are individuals who obviously voted for, A, B, and C,
yeah.
and they voted for other candidates or whatever. Clear no loyalty there, right? Muttawat ekai ke muttawat ekai. It doesn't matter. sort of
මට
thing.
ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ.
මන්න ඇත්තම කියන ට්‍රැක්ටරේට් එකක් දැම්මා.
Damn it.
දැම්මා. But I love that person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I හිතුවේ නෑ ගැහුවා ට්‍රැක්ටරේටත් එක.
හිතුවේ නැහැ.
හිතුවේ.
දෙසරක් හිතුවේ නැහැ.
දෙසරක්
ගැහුවා.
හිතුවේ
Close-
නැහැ.
Close ties in.
Okay, next one. Let's go on. Hundreds of state vehicles returned and left abandoned by former ministers and officials at Golfix.
This is why you selected your one. no?
Yeah, I was going through that. And I think close to about 300 vehicles there. They're just parked, and of course there are people guarding the vehicles. I mean, there are cops there.
These
Not that you can carry those vehicles and run away.
Yeah, these happened in the past also, but best is yet to come. Let's wait and see.
Let's wait and see.
Yeah.
Let's
All
wait
right.
and see. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Moody's rating gives optimistic update on AKD presidency. That's very good. That's good to know. And also must say that the last couple of days, the stock market has performed really, really well.
Dollar has been quite steady.
Dollar has been steady.
Yeah.
All this actually spells out good investor mindset.
Yeah.
See, the thing is this, right? Investors study the country not like, for example, today, yesterday, day before yesterday.
Yeah.
They study the country for a while before they want to basically go on.
Yeah. I
Right?
think-
Everyone sort of, figures out what the sentiments are, what's the pulse of the country. What if X comes into the into presidency? How is it
Then
going
what?
to turn
Yeah.
out? What if Y comes into presidency? How is it going to turn out? But so
I
far
think
so
that
good.
Even now, you see the nominations. You see lots of names coming in as secretaries, as advisors to certain ministries, certain sectors coming in. I think, but the main focus right now with the president is jumping the next hurdle.
Yeah.
Which is the elections,
Yep,
the general
yep,
elections,
yep,
right?
yep.
So I think if that is where another turning point is going to happen,
Yeah.
right? So that is also very crucial. I suppose they are focusing and concentrating far more on jumping that hurdle, right? And making and they are on to move forward.
And you must also understand from this point to the general election, the president cannot put one foot wrong. Because
true.
everybody is watching him.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
And clearly he also knows that everybody is watching him.
He's smart enough to
Yeah, he
know
can't
that,
put
yeah.
one foot wrong. So he needs to make sure that all the decisions that are made are the right decisions and for the right reason. Right? And because, like you said, the next big hurdle is the general election. Let's see how that goes about. I think we've got something on the general election that's coming up also. Minister
that-
Vijay Herat gives an update on the current passport issue. I wanted to find out, Andy, has your friend come back home?
I think he did, but I think 3 days later.
3 days later.
No, but it was a strenuous stay for him.
I can imagine.
Yeah, because it was endless, and he had literally inched forward, is what he said.
Wow.
So it was actually an overnight stay.
So you
Easy.
mean he was basically
So he went at
in
around
the
9.
line for 3 days?
About 2.
But 2 days?
Yeah, about 2 days.
2
Oh,
days.
my
Like
goodness.
so, one overnight for sure.
Right.
And then towards the evening of the other day, so almost 2 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now,
That's a lot.
One good thing about Minister Vijay Herat is that people know him as a person, Shaq. I mean, he's got about 3 or 4 ministries already. He sat yesterday, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He is one person whom you can't get away with corruption, right? He is such a methodical, systematic person.
Eagle eye.
Yeah. You get caught, right? Or you try to influence him in that way, Bob's your uncle, mate.
Yep.
Bob's your uncle.
No, but it's good. I mean, I think the update that the minister did give was the fact that hopefully by the 15th of October,
It'll
things
resolve it.
should sort of basically come into play at the in sort of, you know, things should sort out by then, which is a good thing. I'm so glad that he never brought up the e-passport.
Yeah. No, he would have been like, let's put a pin on that one. No, put that in.
There's one sensible person there.
Yeah, we don't even know what this e-passport is.
It's like a comedy. It's just a blur.
Yeah, it's a blur.
Blah.
Next one, let's go on. EC seeks 11 billion rupees from the treasury for general election, and that's how much it's going to cost us. 11 billion rupees, but this is obviously has to happen because without the general election, this country cannot function.
Yeah.
You can't possibly have 4 cabinet ministers holding on to 300 ministries each. It doesn't work that way in a democracy. So this unfortunately does have to happen, and that is also that needs to basically be sent out. When I saw this news, I thought of you. Christian, you.
Both of us went? Wait, who?
ඊයේ මම බිත්තර ගත්ත 35යි.
අඩුලා?
ඔව්.
හොඳට අඩුලා.
මාර සන්තෝෂයි.
My mother first to announce this was my mom.
මුදලාලි 40ක්ම දෙන්න කියලා.
So 10 points for that.
Yeah, 10 points for that.
Eggs, Hari.
General election acceptance of postal voting applications begins, which is also good news. So there you go. So that means the current government is really pushing
ball,
things.
yeah.
You know, let's get on with it. You know, get to work and get on with it without sitting by and putting our feet up and just enjoying the seat for a few days before we actually start working. And this happened today. Kamindu sets test world record and a phenomenal achievement by Kamindu Mendis. He obviously has scored 8 half centuries in his first 8 test matches. Every single test match, he scored a half century, and that is a world record now held by Kamindu Mendis.
Wow.
And this is-
සෙන්චරියක් කියන්නේ 100ක්
Attack.
800ක්.
Atasi. Oh.
half century, man.
50.
half,
You said century, no?
You said century.
No, 50.
50
Half
is not half.
century.
Half
Sorry?
century.
Sorry.
Rewind kala බලන්න century.
You told century, yeah?
Did I?
In the head, I made the math also.
Half century. Did I? Okay.
And he knew.
Apologize.
If he knew.
Sorry. No, he is, yes.
I never heard his name before.
Yeah,
අපි
Kamindu Mendis.
800ක් කියලා උමතු වෙලා හිටියේ.
Look.
Oh.
IMF chief reaffirms. Bring it back up again.
that one.
IMF chief reaffirms support to President AKD,
There
which is
you go.
great. Thank you very much.
More positivity.
Well done. Good to hear.
And Hamad is also done.
Yeah, are we done?
Hamad is also done.
We're done. We're
Alright.
done. Oh, we are back to the game night now.
Here, after a very short day at work, short,
Maths game.
maths is what we are going to be getting.
Wow.
Maths is what we are going to be getting.
Maths game night. All right. now this
Maths,
is- Do we need to put?
What are you?
Who's doing this?
What this?
Who's starting this? What's happening?
Wait a minute.
This.
අන්න ඒක ලියාගත්ත නේවා.
No, this resembles the scholarship paper. Scholarship paper has been leaked. Okay. Pick your punishment. Let the winner draw on the loser's face, or post a picture of yourself with the text "I am pregnant" to your Instagram story and tag Gnsl. It's not going to work, no man. If Christian and I, actually, we do look pregnant, both of us. Yeah,
Identify as pregnant.
Yeah.
There you go.
So what the first one was?
That was very complex.
Okay,
If we minus
712 from 1,500, how much do we get?
Oh Jesus. A, I think.
788.
758.
A 788.
I think A. Mane kau danne ani. So many
Yeah.
hours later in the day.
හරිනේ.
A the.
ඒ තමයි.
I'm not pregnant. High five.
නෑ නෑ මමත් කිව්වා.
I said first.
No, I said first. බොරු කියන්න එපා. නෑ rewind
Rewind.
බෑ ඒක ඔට්ටු
I'm trying not to be pregnant here, people.
මම වර්ධනය කරනවා.
Okay, let's go.
Okay,
Next one. A product of 82 and 5 is.
What rubbish.
Single
410. Single Indian.
I say B. B.
I didn't even understand the question.
Product.
Hey, you
the
studied
product,
English. We studied Sinhala.
multiply product
Additive identity of rational numbers.
the additive identity.
Sinhala Sinhala. I studied in Sinhala medium. Tell me in Sinhala this.
Okay, eeny, meeny.
C.
D.
C looks better.
D.
I say C.
D.
None of them. All wrong.
What did that even mean?
I don't.
Which of the following numbers are not divisible by 5? C.
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 I said C first.
Yeah.
Hey, him a bear.
C.
Yeah, first.
What do you mean? Him a bear? That even mean?
First. Right. The
Okay.
number 21.
4, 6, 5, 8, 7 is divisible
by 3.
by
3. B. Hey! I get.
Yeah, I don't like. No, last one.
Last one. The surface area of a cube whose edge equals to 3 centimeters is
C.
54. C.
54. Yeah.
Hey! Mama give it.
I said C. I said
I'm
C.
not going to be
Go
pregnant.
ahead. C.
Yeah.
I said.
Actually, Christian said C. Okay.
Yeah, whose side are you on?
I don't. Man, this is.
ඒක කණා හැබැයි මන්න වා මේ
Okay, Shaq and Chris are the winners. Well done.
Andy lost.
by the way, did you know the actual answer? I was conducting.
Are you mad?
No. Andy, you can post a picture of yourself with the text "I'm pregnant" in your Instagram story, and you can tag Gnsl. Yeah, you can do that right
Like
now.
now?
Pregnant hunagata.
You can right now. You can do that right now
All right.
on your story. Yeah, on story.
Yeah, of course, because I mean
Yeah.
that's the
You
way
can
my
share-
day is
you-
going to end.
You can share my.
That's the way my day is going to end.
You can.
You want to join me
No,
and
you
say
can.
father?
You can put my bandi only.
Okay, I will hold us.
Hold also.
Okay. What did he say?
I'm pregnant.
I am pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
Now,
Yeah.
Never mind. I am pregnant.
You may tag us also if you want.
As the two fathers. Pregnant. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm sick leave, dears.
Morning sickness. Vamane wage baba.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. It's another fun-filled show right here on GNSL with Andy, Christian, and Shaq. Have yourself a wonderful week ahead. We shall catch up with you once again next Thursday. Thanks so much for all the love that's actually shown on our GNSL Instagram page. And we are closing in, ladies and gentlemen, at 200. So we're 196. 196. And this is our 9th show. 196 followers for 9 shows is not bad, huh? Not bad at all.
Not bad.
Yeah, can do better, but not bad.
We are an AKD. Pass it. You text me.
We're out of here, guys. Have yourself a good night. Take care. Bye-bye.